So I am headed to Detroit. It's January 9th. I am going hunting. And I know what you're thinking. Why would you be going to Detroit to go hunting? How are you hunting in January? Why do you look like the Unabomber? I don't know. In 3 different counties in Michigan, bow season is open until January 31st. When I say Detroit, I don't really mean Detroit. I lived down here for years. I actually lived in the city of Detroit. I lived in the city of Farmington Hills. I lived a couple different places. I assume most of the people watching these videos are out-of-towners, so when I speak to out-of-towners, anybody not from Michigan, it's just easier to say, hey, I'm going to Detroit. And then they generally know where the location of Michigan, or where Detroit is in Michigan, usually. I mean, obviously, I know there's people out there that think Detroit is the capital of Michigan. It's not. It's Lansing, which is where I live, which is right in the center of the state. I'm not going to Detroit, but I'm going to, like I said, a suburb of Detroit. Some people that live there may claim Detroit. I don't know. I've been scouting on Onyx Maps. I'm not affiliated with them by any means, but I'm just telling you what I use to look at the land. It's easier to use the Onyx Maps because you know the boundaries of where you're able to hunt. You need to make sure you also go to the DNR's website, and they have maps on their website where the park that I'm going to, you can't hunt the entire park. You can only hunt 2 separate areas in the park. Make sure you get the map from the DNR's website for that property. Then you can compare it to, the map on Onyx or just Google or whatever you use to find that. But I like using the Onyx because it highlights the park in green, so I know, where private property is and I know where the public property is, and it makes it a lot easier. And I don't know, I'm making a sales pitch for a company that doesn't give me any money at all, but I just feel like it's a product that can be used to keep you safe, keep you off of other people's property, make it so you're not breaking the law by trespassing, etc. I guess that's it for that. Back to the point of why I'm going here and so on. I've checked on a couple different properties. One, this is the second closest, but I feel like the landscape of the land, what it has to offer, it has a big marsh, it has some hills and so on, and it has a river. So I feel like this park is going to be the best option for me. But if I go there and I don't see any deer, then I'll try one of the other parks that I've been looking. But I'm going to hunt here today and I'm going to hunt here tomorrow. So here's my truck. I got my gimbal, so it'll be a little bit smoother, but it's gonna be quite a load to carry, so I'll probably end up putting it in my backpack eventually. But I'm not bringing my climber at the moment. I am going to just use some trees or something to sit around, make a little makeshift blind or whatnot. Anyway, I'm off to it. It's windy and it's cold. I'll see you guys later. So I just walked like a mile and I'm going to a spot I feel like is a good spot. Based on the map, that's what I was looking at, but there's a couple other spots. But the issue I have at this spot is there's a school and all the kids are out here hiking and playing, which is weird, but I understand most of them probably don't even know it's hunting season still. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna head to a second spot, which is actually a lot closer to my truck, as well as there's a field that goes all the way to the road, so if I get a deer, I can go back to my truck, park on the road and pull the deer to the truck. It'll be a lot easier than trying to pull it. I'm probably a mile and a half into the woods right now. I'm not real sure. I'd have to drop a pin and see how far it is from here to my truck, but it's far. It's really nice out here though. It's beautiful. This is like perfect hunting grounds. I mean, we got a lot of swamp, a lot of woods. I mean, I wish I would have came here in October or November, but this is really nice out here. I'm glad I kind of have it all to myself. I'm gonna go to the other spot. It's gonna be probably a good 40-minute walk. I'm gonna do that for now and I'll get back to you guys. Eventually I'll start hunting. So I made it to my destination area-ish. I need to go in about another 100 yards, but I'm looking over here to my to the east of me, and it's like a bunch of tall weeds within the trees. That looks like where deer will be because it's drier. So I don't know how many deer can be down in the swamp compared to the nice tall grass over here. But it means I need to go farther east because the wind is blowing out the west. It's not too bad, it's not too uncomfortable. I wish I would have just went ahead and brought my climber. Now that I know what I'm getting into, I'm definitely bringing my climber tomorrow in my smaller backpack, and I know exactly I'm going to take the same stuff I would take to my stand on private property. So I got 4 hours of hunting. I'm going to go get set up a little bit north of here. There's a field 200 yards north of me, and then the swamp is about 100 yards here to the west of me, and then this tall grass area here. So I'm going to walk around this. See, I can't see it on the map because the picture was taken in the summer, so all the trees are full. So you don't see any of this grass and stuff. So I am going to get up and start walking before I cramp up, and then I'm going to find a place to sit and put my butt for a while. The biggest mistake I made today so far is I forgot my stool sitting back in my truck. I forgot because it was covered in mud from the last time I took it out. What I decided to do is made a little makeshift blind here with the limbs on the tree here. There's a log right here, so I'll be able to sit on the log a little bit. I gotta get these prickers out of the way, but this seems to be a really good area. There's 2 heavy trails south of the field, and then I am west of the swamp. And then there's 2 stands that are pretty close. The one stand has to be about 30 feet in the air. I've never seen a stand so high. I think he has 2 sets of those side steps that you just strap onto the tree or whatever. I'm gonna get my mask on, I'll get my other tripod set up, and then wait. So I'm set up here on this tree here. That's a down tree, and then there's a tree that's looks like a limb that's broken off, and I stacked some limbs on the side of it real quick just to give me a little bit of backing. But there's 2 funnels. There's a funnel on south of me, and there's a funnel here to the north of me. The funnel to the north of me is a little bit thicker, so I feel like that one will be used pretty. But based on just common knowledge, this is definitely a place for deer to travel. I mean, the ground's low. They go uphill to a field. They're coming from the swamp. They have bedding to the south of me as well. I tried to set myself up the best I can to be able to get a deer, and as well as get a deer on camera. I have my monopod here. I have the tripod set up with the camera I'm talking to right now. I got my bow laying in front of me. But it's nice, there's a little bit of snow on the ground, so I can see a little bit farther into the woods. I'll definitely be able to determine whether it's a deer or just the woods making noise. I got 3.5 hours till sunset, so I'll be sitting here a while. Whether or not we make it a successful hunt, we'll make it a successful vlog. I added some more limbs here in front of me. And then there's a bunch of grapevine on this tree, and I ripped it off real quick and laid it out in front of me as well. Then I put some more behind me. So I put all this stuff in front of me so that I can sit on my butt, because I feel like I'm sitting up too high and out in the open, sitting on this log. I'm hoping I have enough time to where I can adjust, get on my knees to be able to shoot, if not stand up all the way. Almost an hour, about 50 minutes of hunting left. I forgot that after December 21st, the night gets longer. But I had this guy coming behind me, and I thought for sure that it was a deer. sure that he saw me. He's gonna come say something to me. He gets about 10 yards from me. He's like, whoa, sorry. Waved and then just took off. But it is what it is. It's public hunting, man. But that's a good sign. If he couldn't see me, then maybe the deer won't be able to see me either. So it's a little bit after sunset. I haven't seen anything, so I don't know. I haven't really heard anything either. That's the bigger problem. After seeing that guy, it makes me think I did see some other squirrel hunters out here earlier. Small game hunters, I guess I should say. I still got a couple weeks. I'm not gonna hunt every day like I do at our farm. It just takes too long to get here, but I'm probably come out at least 4 or 5 more times. You know, if anybody else is out here, Oakland County, or close by, and you want to do some hunting, let me know. Give me a message and I'll bring out the climbers and do some hunting. I was really hoping to at least see a deer